How's it going, everyone? Jason Gilbo here with Rob Mazika, taking a look at some stacking options on tonight's slate. Huge 15-game slate, about 9 teams with implied totals over 5. Just your usual summer Tuesday slate.
Yeah, Tuesday is a massive 15-game slate. Much better than we had yesterday, where we had no bats where we like. But there's a ton of stacks to choose from today. Like you said, all these teams with over a 5-run totals, and even a couple teams below 5-run totals are in good spots too.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams. I mean, I think there's only 3 teams below 4 tonight.
Yeah, so it's a good night for bats.
Yeah. You and I both on the same page here with Toronto. This team underpriced in a really good spot against Kevin Gausman, who's been awful against righties, but also struggles against lefties this year as well. This is just a team with loaded power from their front 4 or 5 hitters.
Yeah, if you're stacking this team, you're going the 1 through 5. You're skipping over Tulo and everywhere below Tulo pretty much. You got Bautista, Martin, Donaldson, who all crush righties as righties with a slight reverse split. And then you have Smoke and Morales. That's where you have to make a decision. Personally, I like to go Smoke because he has a 300 ISO and he hits a fastball better than Morales does. And that's all Gausman throws, but it's really a personal preference on who you want.
Yeah, I'm all over Gausman. I probably won't, or not Gausman. I'm on Smoke as well. I won't use Morales. As you mentioned, yeah, reverse splits for Gausman. 418 WOBA to righties this year, 1.70 home runs per 9. He just allows a ton of base runners, 1.88 whip this year. No one's over 4,500 on DraftKings. You got 2 guys below 4K in Martin and Bautista. And since Bautista's gone to a leadoff spot, I mean, he's absolutely been crushing the ball. I don't know what it is about guys going to a leadoff spot, but it's been helping a ton.
Yeah. I mean, I hate Jose Bautista just personally, but I mean, that's not going to factor in whether he's a good player or not. Like, he's in a good spot, and Toronto's definitely our favorite stack tonight.
Yep. Then we had the Great American Ballpark. This is where you're looking at Milwaukee, and this is news to me. I didn't know they were getting Ryan Braun back.
Yeah, Ryan Braun, his first game back tonight. It's going to be a big boost to that lineup. Tim Edelman, he's really not a bad pitcher. 320, about 327 WOBA from both sides of the plate, but if you can get to that Reds bullpen in this ballpark with the wind blowing out a little bit on a summer day, it's just a good spot. And Ryan Braun just is a big boost to this lineup.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I love Eric Sogard leading off. Travis Shaw's been mashing the ball. Good spot for him. So, yeah, I like Milwaukee. They're a close, 3rd or 4th stack for me. I don't mind the other side of that one. Cincinnati. Junior Guerra is just a guy who's just getting extremely lucky right now, allowing a ton of base runners. 212 BABIP, unsustainable. He's walking a ton of guys, 88% left on base percentage. I just don't think he's going to continue this. He has the worst Sierra on the slate, so regression's coming. I think people are just going to look at Guerra and go, oh, all he does is just go out there and throw 6 innings, 3 earned runs, but there's definitely a blowout coming. And the front 4 here, I love that Scooter Gennett's hitting second. He's got some power from the left side. And then Duvall, Votto, Hamilton. I mean, there's just a ton of upside here.
Yeah, there is. Guerra, he could definitely blow up in this spot, in this ballpark too. It's just a good game it's always fun to target games in a small park in the summer.
Yep. You're looking at Cleveland as your third one, a team that we talked about yesterday on the GPP pod. That game was just, 16, 17 runs between the two. Cleveland's in another good spot.
More, I think there were 24 runs between the two. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Cleveland in another good spot today. Tyson Ross, he came back from the DL. He had one good start, and then he had one really bad start. Basically, it comes down to his control. If his control's not there, he's not going to go deep in the game. And even if it is there, I don't see him going past 5 innings tonight, which is basically the same spot we had with Cole Hamels yesterday. And once you get to this Texas bullpen, you're just going to crush them. They don't really have anyone other than Matt Bush at the back end. But when you're down by 3 runs in the 5th inning, you can't use him then. So I like this whole lineup pretty much 1 through 9, including Yan Gomes as a punt.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Always like Cleveland. And historically over the last year or so, they've been a better team at home in terms of offensive numbers.
Yeah, I mean, you could really pick anyone. You have to come to a decision between E5 and Santana, but that's personal preference. I prefer E5 just because he always has the 2 home run upside.
Yep, I'm with you there. My contrarian third stack, I'm looking at Colorado. This is going to be a team that just goes very underowned because no one likes taking stacks in AT&T Park. People are going to also look at Matt Cain and go, oh, his ERA is below 3. He's still just bad. He's allowing a ton of base runners, at least 10 base runners in 5 straight starts, 3 of those starts allowing 5 or more runs in that span. Went back and kind of dug into last year's numbers and see if he had any blowups at AT&T, and he had quite a few where he was allowing 5 or 6 earned runs. So I'll jump on board with Colorado in terms of contrarian, get some low ownership just because of how bad Matt Cain is. They're still on the expensive side, which will just keep that ownership low, but it's kind of just a shot in the dark if you're building multiple lineups.
Yeah, I think you get that whole team probably under 5% on both sites. Matt Cain, extreme fly ball pitcher. I mean, he doesn't give up a ton of home runs at home, but I mean, all those home runs are going to turn into doubles and triples for Blackmon and Arenado, LeMahieu, and hopefully Reynolds and Desmond could drive in some runs.
Yeah, and I'm looking at, I mean, wind, I think that stadium blocks out wind pretty good. I'll have to double check on that. Yeah, so the 15 to 20 mile per hour winds isn't going to help a ton, but yeah, as you said, I mean, it's a good thing for extra base hits. And you know what, lefties, it's not that bad of a park if you can really pull the ball, and Blackmon can do that.
Yes, he definitely can.
Yeah, Colorado's my contrarian. Was there anyone that you just missed out on? We narrow it down to 3.
I mean, you could look at the Dodgers and their 5.5 run total, but I prefer Chavez is a reverse. He does blow up a lot though, but I'm pretty much just targeting the righties there, which is just Justin Turner and Chris Taylor.
Yeah, I think that's where I was kind of looking at. You know, I didn't mind the Dodgers bats, but yeah, I think they'll still garner some ownership too, which I might make my pivots elsewhere.
Yep. I just want to say one contrarian one I'm looking towards, just a last one to throw in. The Nationals, Jake Arrieta, he's a very overrated pitcher. He's really bad against lefties this year. You got Brian Goodwin, who's not the best, but he's a punt option. But you got Harper and Murphy, 2 of the best left-hitting bats in the league. And in the middle of that, you have Trey Turner and Ryan Zimmerman, just a ton of upside.
Yeah, and you look at Arrieta, you can't hold runners on, they can't throw guys out. So that's stolen base opportunity for Turner.
Yeah, it is. But that's my contrarian stack.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. Arrieta just still holds that name value where people just still shy away.
Definitely.
So let's wrap things up with us. You can head over to DaveFantasyCafe.com, check out our great tools and content.
Yep, good luck.